smooth, raised.
Area DMG.
Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Opacito, Mile High Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at a game for the Nintendo Switch that's in here. Let's go ahead and open this up. The Day 1 edition for the Nintendo Switch, the Ultimate Edition of Shantae Half Genie Hero. Now, Shantae is an interesting franchise, mainly because of its availability physically. Now, you can get this one and I think Risky's Revenge on the PS4 physically, but as far as portable systems go, let's see. Here we go. You've got Shantae for the Game Boy Color. This is my own copy. I got this at KB Toys long time ago when it came out. And yeah, that's Shantae on the Game Boy Color. It's a Game Boy Color only game with some Game Boy Advance hooks to it. And if you pick up any version of this that's not in a clear case like this or with this original board and whatnot, then that's a repro, and don't pay more than $20 for a repro. Anyways, there was Shantae on the Game Boy Color, and then Shantae Risky's Revenge has not been released on a portable system in the way that, like, Pirate's Curse, which was released on the 3DS through, through Rising Star Games. Let's go ahead and, Rising Star Meat Games. And Shantae Half Genie Hero was released on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation Vita from Xseed. We've done it, but then the newest one is from Xseed, not Rising Star Games or Limited Run, just Xseed. Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition, Day 1 Limited Edition for, well, the Nintendo Switch. Let's put that other stuff away for a moment. And let's move in a little bit here. And let's go ahead and open this puppy up. Let's open this thing up. Let's not open up any puppies. Let's see. Here's the side of the box. It says Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Day 1 Edition. Whenever it wants to focus. There we go. Top, other side. Here's the front. And here's the top part here. The Ultimate Edition of Shantae's biggest HD adventure yet. Half Genie, All Hero. Save the day in this humongous, hilarious, high-def Ultimate Edition of Shantae's award-winning adventure. Use new and familiar magic abilities and the world's most powerful ponytail to battle foes and open up new areas to explore in this epic fantasy adventure. The Ultimate Day 1 Edition includes the Ultimate Edition game, an exclusive 96-page art book, the Risky Beats soundtrack CD with 30 music tracks that was available in the other Day 1 Edition, plus all of the DLC extras, Pirate Queen's Quest, Friends to the End, Officer Mode, Ninja Mode, Beach Mode with an exclusive new bathing suit. It's got massive, brutal boss battles and magical new moves. Rated T for cartoon violence and suggestive themes. Released by Xseed and Marvelous from Way Forward. I always want to say Technologies after that, but it's not Way Forward Technologies anymore. It's just Way Forward. I will get used to that eventually. It's for one player. Play it in tabletop, handheld mode, and of course docked mode, because it's good. Okay, let's get this plastic stuff out here. Should probably have grabbed scissors or whatnot, because, you know, shrink wrap. No, I will use my natural claws. And I will pull it out of its There we go. No, that doesn't make a noise. I like the ones that make noise. Anywho, let's go ahead and pop this out. Ooh, what's in here? Stuff. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's the box. Shantae, Risky Beats. We've opened this one up before in an earlier unboxing for the one for the Vita, because this is a repeat, essentially, of that. This, however, is brand new. Oh, it's raised. Smooth, raised. Smooth, raised. Smooth, raised. Anywho, Shantae, Half Genie Hero, Ultimate Edition. It's got the characters, the bosses, the enemies, the illustrations, the destinations. There's Shantae. Yep, most of her transformations and things. Risky Boots, Righty Tops. Let's see, Sky, Bolo. Yeah, Righty Tops, best character. Dun dun dun. And more of the little locations and items and bosses. Some pretty interesting little, yeah, I'm not going to really go into it because there could be spoilers in there. Here there be spoilers. You know, I'm going to have to see if I can get this signed. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to go get this signed. I now have something I actually want signed. It's funny because I get these art books and I'm like, I don't really, but I kind of want to get that one signed by the voice actor at some point. Anywho, here's the Ultimate Edition. This is if you buy it where it's not the Day 1 edition. And let's go ahead and open this puppy up. I really should rephrase that. Yes. Woo. And there we go. This is the plastic we like. This is the plastic that makes noise. You hear that? Yay. And there we go. Oh. Open that up. Oh, finally. Okay, the one on the Vita and the one on the original. Okay, this came with a manual. This did not, and this one didn't really come with a manual, which is so sad. It's kind of funny because this is like kind of the vanilla release of a Shantae Half Genie Hero, right? Where you have to purchase all the DLC separately, and this one's kind of the ultimate edition of it. I like how it's got kind of a persona thing going on with the yellow. But yeah. There we go. This is what the game card looks like. So how does Shantae taste? Like bitter dreams. Anywho, let's see. Here's the, oh, I like this. Look at that. I like this inside cover art. It's pretty fantastic. Here is, let's see. Oh, up. Ah, beautiful. Full color instruction manual. Yeah, you get some good stuff in here. It's like, I think some of these companies have kind of realized what, I mean, Nicholas does this with all of their releases, and it's good to see Xseed, or rather Marvelous, trying to catch up with that. NIS has some good special editions. Yeah, there's just some good ones. And look, full color, of course. Here are our credits, a little bit of helpful hints. Let's see, Tyrannical Overlord, Voldive, or Voldiwe. Let's see, level designers, designer director Matt Bozom. Let's see what people we have here. I'm looking for particular people in here. Additional character design, character animators. Shantae created by Matt and Aaron Bozen. Developed by Way Forward. Okay. There's Tim Curry and Adam Engel. I'm looking particularly for certain people in here. President CEO of like Xseeds up here, all Way Forward staff, animators, etc. The voice actors. You have Christina V as Shantae and Risky Boots. Jeremy Lee as Roddy Tops. We know most of these people. Nathan Sharp as Bolo, Karen Strassman as Sky, and additional voices by Christina V. By the way, also sings some of the music in this. Illustrations by Inti Creates. Love them, they're fantastic. Music composition by Jake Kaufman, who's been there forever and is awesome. Yay! Let's see. Looking for some of these people. PR community. There's Emily. Yep. Consumer engagement would be Brandis Hewlett. And I'm looking for Tom Hewlett in here. He's in here somewhere. I'll take a look at it later on and find him in there. Just people that I know and that are pretty cool and are awesome people. And if you see them at GDC or E3 or PAX or whatnot, you should say hi and be like, say hi, tell them they're awesome, and then ask to shake their hand or something, because they're awesome. They're awesome people who put together and worked very hard on this game. It's one of those, I feel like this is one of those Kickstarters that was actually successful and actually delivered on what it promised. Now, I do have some problems with Half Genie Hero in comparison to the best ones, which are Risky's Revenge and Risky's Revenge I think is the best out of the series. Like, legitimately the best out of the series, I think, is Risky's Revenge. I know people are like, wait, what? No, Risky's Revenge is the best one out of the series. And it is available on the Nintendo Switch as a digital download. Wait, no, Pirate's Curse is, not Risky's Revenge. Risky's Revenge should be released in HD or so on the Nintendo Switch. You know, they really just need to be like, okay, we've got Shantae Half Genie Hero, which is really just Shantae 4. But the other ones, like the first one, the second one, which doesn't have a physical release really, that, you know, it has one on the PS4, but that's a disc. It's not a game card or a cartridge or a game pack. So I don't know if I really want to count that. What they need to do is be like, the Shantae trilogy, the first 3 make up a whole and complete story. 4 kind of feels like if you played through, say, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3, and then you played like Donkey Kong Returns, and you're like, okay, it's cool, but it could be a little bit better. And then you played Tropical Freeze, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Nah, the original Shantae is pretty good. One thing I've liked about the Shantae series is, well, I like the settings and the characters. The humor is, it's okay. Love the character design. I really would love it if there was an amiibo for this character. But generally, my take on the Shantae series is that, well, Risky's Revenge is the best one in the series. Pirate's Curse is was actually kind of like I guess the best way to put it would be, Shantae, the first one, is kind of like A New Hope. Risky's Revenge is definitely Empire Strikes Back. And then Pirate's Curse is radically different, which I liked, but still kind of like, there was some stuff creeping into it where I was like, this is getting away from being more Metroidvania-esque to being a little bit more episodic and level-based. And then Half Genie Hero went into that completely, to the point where I haven't actually reviewed Half Genie Hero on the Vita or the Switch. I will review it on the Switch, because the Ultimate Edition adds more modes to it, and the modes that it adds to it make it a better game. Where I would say that the original Shantae is kind of like, it's like Legend of Zelda 2 or Castlevania 2, or, yeah, those, but without like some of the weird choices in there. You have a huge persistent world that you can get through, and you have 4 main dungeons that you have to go through, and it's good. It works out well. It's even better on the Game Boy Advance because you have access to some other changes, I guess is the best way to put it. Which I think that evolution, rather that dance magic, is also in Half Genie Hero. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the thing that I'm talking about is in Ultimate Edition as kind of an exclusive. So yeah, the little dance powers. Now, the first Shantae game, one thing I like about it is that Shantae is essentially, okay, this is kind of spoilery. I'm going to spoil some stuff about the games. but not really. I'm going to be as vague as possible. There was an event over 100 years ago with pirates and genies and whatnot, and something got sealed. And then when that seal was put out, a lot of magic and a lot of steam technology left the world. There's very little magic left, just monsters, just your general kind of a post-apocalyptic situation. Shantae starts up with that. Her quote uncle end quote is he finds the plans for a particular thing and it brings steam into this. In Shantae Risky's Revenge, Shantae ends where that steam technology is out there. Risky Boots develops it. She has that stuff in the second one. In the second one, Shantae's uncle finds a particular lamp. That lamp's kind of important because it leads to a really brilliant cliffhanger twist type thing at the end of the second game, which I thought was fantastic, and I'm not going to spoil it. And it leads directly into Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, where, because of the awakening of that particular item, that loosened the shackles on something else. So a lot of the stuff that has to do with that incident over 100 years ago or so, which caused the genie realm, because Shantae's half human, half genie. We haven't really, they've been hinting at hints about her mother. In fact, the whole thing throughout the first 3 games, there's that little hinting at that. Some of my favorite bits of music in Risky's Revenge and in Pirate's Curse have to do with the genie realm. And all that stuff there that's set up and put to a brilliant conclusion at the end of Pirate's Curse is kind of tossed aside for Half Genie Hero. You still have remnants of it, but generally it's not as, I guess the best way to put it would be like, Shantae Half Genie Hero feels more episodic, like you're watching a cartoon series where Shantae Risky's Revenge, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse feel like you're reading through or watching a full-length movie, essentially. You're watching 3 movies, whereas Shantae Half Genie Hero is more episodic, kind of builds up to a little thing here, but generally, Shantae Half Genie Hero kind of drops the ball with some of the characters, where a lot of it went back and forth. I guess the best way to put it would be like, after season... Okay, let's say, you know how some TV shows have down seasons? The first 3 Shantae games are a progressive, steady drumbeat of goodness. And then the 4th one kind of, it's not as good as Pirate's Curse, and certainly not a masterpiece like Risky's Revenge. Well, I think maybe I gave Risky's Revenge, comparing it to other games of its time, I gave it slightly a lower score than Pirate's Curse. Pirate's Curse has some of the best resolution to it. You get more about the characters, whereas Shantae Half Genie Hero just kind of teases on it. And Shantae Half Genie Hero feels like we need to see what they're going to do with 5. If it's kind of like coming out of, let's pretend for a moment that Return of the Jedi was actually amazing. Or look at it this way. The first Shantae game is kind of like Rogue One and A New Hope. And then Shantae Risky's Revenge is like Empire Strikes Back. And then Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is Return of the Jedi, but good. And then Shantae Half Genie Hero is New Hope and The Last Jedi. Where it kind of at some point you're like, There's a lot of great platforming in here, and this is going to be amazing for speedrunning. Really good action, but I feel story-wise it was weaker than... I feel it's kind of weak story-wise, which is a shame because it does a lot of things right. The graphics are fantastic, the music is great, the platforming and action is great, but the way you have to backtrack through levels, kind of bothered me a bit. Especially compared to how well Risky's Revenge and Pirate's Curse flow. So, do I think you should pick it up? Yes. Yes, I do. I will always advocate a Shantae game if it achieves what it sets out to do. And Half Genie Hero kind of does. I like the cartoony style of it. It's kind of a I kind of feel that it lost a lot of grit to it, and I kind of want them to bring that back. I want some more dramatic prose in the Shantae games. Story-wise, it's still a good game, but if I were to compare, like, okay, Pirate's Curse is like Celeste. Shantae, the original game, is like Castlevania 2 or 3, like a really good one. Like a persistent world in there. And then Risky's Revenge is like Cave Story in a way. Where you're just like, the story works, everything just works. And the ending of Risky's Revenge was so good. The ending of Pirate's Curse was so good. We got so much character development for, like with Shantae, they're setting up the world. With Risky's Revenge, they're setting up the character. With the Pirate's Curse, they gave us more about Risky Boots. They gave us more about Risky Boots. They gave us more about a lot of the characters behind it. They actually had some character development for Roddy Tops. The characters we don't hear too much about or do see much about in this are, well, Sky and Bolo, and I feel like they had a chance to go ahead and do some stuff with that, but they haven't. Shantae Half Genie Hero is a really great game. I think if I were giving it a letter score, I'd give it an A. And with all the extras added to Ultimate Edition, oh, definitely. If you want to pick up a if you are a fan of platforming games, you need Cave Story. Well, first you need a Switch. I mean, okay, Cave Story, Shantae Half Genie Hero, Pirate's Curse is on there digitally. Flint Hook, Super Meat Boy's on there. Cave Story's on there. There's a bunch of fantastic games. Like Slime San is worth buying. There's SteamWorld Dig 1, 2, and Heist, which isn't really a platformer. It's more of a role-playing type game in a way. It's an action XCOM strategy type thing. It works really well. But some of the best platformers are on the Nintendo Switch. And it's fantastic. It makes me wish I need to get like see if I can get some purple Joy-Cons. That would be kind of awesome. Have like purple on one side, red on the other. Perfect. But yeah, Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. It's out for the Nintendo Switch. This stuff doesn't come with it. That would be amazing if it did. Be like, oh, $40 and you get this Game Boy Color game in it. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh. But no, you get a box. You get that art book, which that art book is awesome. And one of the big things to get me back in here, I'm like, well, let's see. This has been in previous ones. Let me go ahead and I'm going to open it up anyways, just in case. Like maybe they changed the artwork or something. I kind of doubt it. But, you know. Yeah, let's see. There's 30 tracks on this. It is the same disc that came out with the original release that was put out by, for the Vita and stuff. It was on that day one edition. It's a good CD if you haven't got it already. And it's 30 tracks, which is awesome. If you are unfamiliar with these, Shantae Half Genie Hero is a good way to start because, like I said, they kind of throw away a lot of the story beats. They reference a lot of them, but you don't have to have played the previous trilogy. Which is actually, if you want to play the previous trilogy, the best way to play the previous trilogy is to get it on the 3DS. You can get Shantae for the Game Boy Color on the 3DS as Virtual Console. You can get Risky's Revenge on the 3DS the way, like at a proper resolution, etc. And then you can get Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the 3DS as well. If you really want to play it portably, you kind of need to own a 3DS or a new 2DS XL, and you want to own a Nintendo Switch, because honestly, I've been playing this on the Nintendo Switch digitally, which WayForward provided the digital copy. we did a little video on that, and we're doing our review when we get to a review of this one from that. But the physical version was one that I special ordered and paid off months ago. I was like, yep. Oh, physical release? Gotta get it. Because, let's face it, the Nintendo Switch, you kind of want to buy things physically because you can, and so many of these physical ones come with like great stuff. And you gotta support companies like Xseed. Xseed, marvelous. Nicalis, Rising Star's another good one. But most of these ones here, I will always support them because they put out cool stuff. And to be honest, most of this is just for this art book. I mean, this art book is fantastic. I know most of these voice actors, so maybe I can get it signed. Huh. Oh. I do like the, that's kind of hilarious. Like the way that they put this together. Oh, and aren't the transformations kind of adorable? And they have some of the earlier versions that they showed to the backers to allow backers to pick between them. And it's pretty great. Right? And I'm not going to go over the locations because spoilers, but this and that like action figure that you kind of have to paint yourself are kind of like, I'm so a little disappointed and annoyed that there isn't more merchandise for Shantae. I mean, Shovel Knight has an amiibo. Shantae needs to be in Smash so she can have an amiibo. Yes. Also, why isn't there a physical release for Shovel Knight on the Nintendo Switch? Yacht Club, get on that, okay? But yeah, Shantae, Half Genie Hero for the Nintendo Switch, Ultimate Edition. It comes with an awesome game. It's a little bit pricier than the digital version, but whatever. You get an instruction manual, you get the soundtrack, you get a 96-page art book. 96-page art book. I'm just going to have to emphasize that it's a 96-page art book. I would love to see an art book, like a 96-page art book for the first 3 games. That would have been amazing. Because I really feel that the artwork and the character's design for this series, it's one of those series that I don't feel it gets as much love as it should. And it really should. If you love platformers, pick this up. If you haven't already, what's wrong with you? Go get it. Just get out there, go find it, go get it. Get it. It's on like other systems, but if you're serious about playing platform games, there's the Nintendo Switch. It's not perfect yet. We don't have let's see, we don't have Braid, we don't have Fez, we don't have Freedom Planet, and we don't have Dust and Elysian Tale. And we're also missing like I know we're going to be getting some Sega stuff in there, and we're going to be getting some Nintendo old stuff in there too. Just literally, like, as far as platform company, as far as this goes with platformers, get a Switch, get a new 2DS XL, buy Shantae stuff, support, do it for her, do it for her. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that. So yeah, hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that share button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that, ring that little bell. Where did I put that? Yeah, wait. Let me move that over here. Yeah, ring that little bell so that you are notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. Oh, by the way, it's got HD Rumble. It's got pretty good use of that. But I usually kind of forego that because I use this on a lot of platform games. My thing with platform games is I'm going to use these, which, yeah, if you can track them down, they work on the Nintendo Switch. They're wired controllers. They have an amazing D-pad because that's really what they have. All they have. They're for Pokken Tournament, but they're amazing for platformers. I mean, yeah, you miss out on the rumble, but in games like Shantae Half Genie Hero and Cave Story and VVVVVV and things like that, you kind of really want that awesome D-pad, and it's worth it. I mean, I'm actually telling you to go out there. If you don't have a Switch, buy this game, and then buy a weird wired controller so that you can play it properly. Yeah. Well, that's me. Well, anyways, make sure that you hit all that stuff. You know, the like, the share, the subscribe, etc., etc. And that way you'll be notified whenever we have a brand new video here on Area DMG. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.